So we'll begin by settling the body, adopting a stable, comfortable, upright position, serviceable for meditation. So we think about keeping our feet flat and our back straight, torso open. Hands in the lap, right over left, with the palms upturned and the thumbs gently touching. Our eyes are gently closed or slightly open, making sure we let in enough light to remain alert. Try to maintain an awareness of not slouching, not leaning. Also let go of any unnecessary tension or rigidity in the body, relaxing into a stable, comfortable, upright position, just allowing the body to fall into place. We begin to let go of attending to our environment, allowing whatever sights or sounds there are to be as they are. No need to investigate, constraining our awareness just to the body and mind. Letting go too of thoughts of the past, plans for the future. Bringing our awareness into the present by attending closely to the physical sensation that accompanies the in breath and the out breath in the space around the opening of the nostrils. Noticing quickly when anything other than that one physical sensation is arising in the mind, and without judgment or frustration, lifting our awareness up from those distractions and placing it gently but firmly again and again on the breath. And then, when the mind feels more calm, generate a broad and altruistic motivation for our time. To take a moment to try to widen our circle of concern, trying to embrace countless sentient beings within the field of our practice, seeing oneself as a recipient of kindness that is flowing toward us from all other sentient beings. This incredible web of interdependence, recognizing all of the benefits that we receive through the work, the energy, the effort of others, and countless sentient beings involved in a single sip of clean water, a single bite of nutritious food, a single breath of clean air. And thinking even of all of our own good qualities that were established in dependence upon the field of sentient beings, without which we couldn't grow in generosity, in patience, in ethics, in loving kindness and compassion. Wanting to repay that kindness. The best way to repay that kindness is to become of greater and greater benefit to sentient beings, to expand our own ability to work for their benefit, which depends upon the nature, the content of my mind. So I think of engaging in this time in order to become deeply familiar with virtue, to turn away from non-virtue, to tap into our mind's natural capacity to grow in a spiritual direction, so that we can become truly beneficial for others. And with that motivation, today we will contemplate the third type of compassion that Gendon has been teaching on. What's called compassion observing the unapprehendable. The first type of compassion, compassion observing mere sentient beings, focused on the aspect of suffering that sentient beings experience simply due to their mind being under the influence of karma and affliction, the rising and falling of their state within cyclic existence. And the second, focused on the suffering that sentient beings experience on the basis of grasping at permanence, when in fact everything is in the nature of impermanence. And this third suffering focuses on this third type of compassion focuses on the suffering that sentient beings experience by grasping not only at permanence, but at independent, inherent existence. So we use the same image, the same analogy as before. So we imagine that we come across a completely still lake in the middle of the night. No clouds in the sky, no haze, with a full moon. And the lake has a perfect mirror finish. But it is as if we crest a hill and see this lake without having a clear understanding of it as a lake due to the pitch black nature of our environment. We see the bright, vivid reflection of the moon. But we simply observe this luminous form in a valley below this hill, and we take it to be the actual moon hanging low in the sky. In the same way that we might mistake the mirage of water in a hot road. Now begin to investigate this experience. Move your eyes across the top. I think is the right or left edge of the moon, the boundary between the darkness and the light. Is that the moon? And move to the very center of the reflection. Is the middle of the moon by itself the moon? Move to the bottom half, or the top half, the left half, the right half. The four quadrants. Can we say that any piece of this is the moon? Even though it appears so vividly. There isn't one atom of the moon in its reflection. We can apply this same way of thinking to oneself. And we simply observe without context, without investigation, ourselves or others. there is a vivid appearance, clear, bright. There is a felt sense that there is a person, fully formed, self contained, complete. We appear that way to ourselves and all other sentient beings appear that way to us, and we to them. And yet, upon investigation, if we look at the body part by part, in the same way that we examined the reflection of the moon, can we find any one part of the body that is this person that appears? Can we find a single feature, organ, part of the body? And we say this is why they appear as who they are. If a part of the body changes, is it not incorporated into the story of that person? I lost my hand. I had this organ transplant. If we look in the mind, can we find a single thought, a feeling that gives rise to the identity of the person, their vivid appearance as being self contained, self sufficient, existing from their own side? Where in this ever changing river of mental events is the person? The coming together of body and mind also depended upon innumerable causes and conditions. Their parents, food, water, which came from countless others, the parents of their parents, and so on. So, where among these causes and conditions that have nothing to do directly with what we observe, as this findable, inherently existent person. Where is that apart from these causes and conditions? And recognize that we don't experience ourselves right now with this wisdom. We take ourselves to be findable, solid, having a fixed sense of I and me and mine that needs to be protected, satisfied, defended. And from that, attachment and aversion naturally flow. Some things seem to please the eye, others offend or disturb it. And we engage in actions under the influence of attachment and aversion. And then those actions bring about their results. And we carry the weight of this self that we're constantly defending, pleasing, working incredibly hard. And from this, there's so much discontent. If we and sentient beings were deeply in touch with the wisdom that overcame this view of a findable, inherently existent, self sufficient ego identity, then all of that mass of suffering would evaporate. So, seeing this suffering of sentient beings clearly, and seeing the solution give rise to a deep sense of wanting oneself and others to be free of this kind of suffering, suffering that exists upon falsely, ignorantly grasping at inherent existence. and trying to give rise to a sense of personal responsibility, thinking I myself will generate this wisdom in my own mind so that I can share it with others. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together. We'll dedicate. So recollect your altruistic motivation and think that by having engaged in this contemplation, you've actualized that motivation, which has generated positive energy in your mind. And think that you freely offer the fruit of your practice, that positive energy, for the benefit of all sentient beings without exception. Thinking strongly when this positive energy ripens, may it serve as a cause and condition to eliminate war and conflict, poverty, famine, disease, disasters, all painful inner and outer conditions. May it fully ripen the minds of all sentient beings. May they quickly meet perfect teachers and arise in the state of full enlightenment. May I too achieve the state of enlightenment so that I might work for the benefit of sentient beings perfectly. May any obstacles facing the Guru's long life be completely dispelled. May I and all sentient beings in this moment come under the joyful care and guidance of enlightened beings. May we be guided and protected until we swiftly achieve that state of enlightenment. Thank you.